My name is Christopher Benton, and I'm an artist in the UAE. I'm from America, and I've lived in Abu Dhabi and Dubai for 8 years. I was an art appreciator, my whole life, and I'd always see these lovely things in galleries. And I think at some point I said, I just want to try to do this too. I think I also have a story to tell and messages to share, and so let me try to make something. The sorts of media that I use often is photography, video, installation art, and sculpture. My work is really about how working class people stage resistance to neoliberal and capitalist forces through the cultural innovation that they make. Some of the other themes that I explore in my work are issues of labor. So I look at systems of labor, labor exploitation. I'm also really interested in communities and neighborhoods. I think a lot about how I can platform other voices outside of myself. I really like to share narratives from brown and black people who don't necessarily get a chance to often be shown in a museum and gallery public context. I'll never forget the first project I worked on as an artist. I essentially created this bespoke majlis, which created a space for people to meet and hang out. And I feel like that project has been really pivotal to my practice because it still is alive and the foundation of everything I do today, because my work is all about creating dialogue and creating spaces where people can be themselves and share their stories and also create encounters for newness. A big part of my practice is firsthand research, so I really love talking to people, meeting new people, going into neighborhoods, going into abandoned buildings and excavating things that are lost histories, and really trying to figure out the characteristic spirit of a new place. A lot of my projects used found materials and found objects that I sometimes share as ready-mades. I really love how objects that you find in the world have this embedded history just behind them. I've been working a lot with textiles and looking at the vernacular patterns that exist here in the UAE to try to make giant quilts. I've been thinking a lot about the visual language that I've been creating over the years, and so I'm really interested in what are the patterns and shapes and colors that have been in my work and how can I amplify that. Right now I'm researching into the bean pie and exploring how the Nation of Islam has had encounters with the Middle East over time. What's really great about the Cultural Foundation is I just have so much space to navigate around and really stretch out. So I've been thinking a lot about my practice and how it can utilize all the space I have. I've been working a lot more with materials and with my hands. And so it's been really fun to see how much my work has been able to change just in the past few months. So there's this quote from Maya Angelou that I love, where she says, the best thing that a person can do for someone else is give them an opportunity. And so when I think about my art practice, my biggest goal is always, how can I create space for someone else?